watch us fly like Delta engines. Man, we beneficial when these laws, they benefit you. I got so much channel aggression towards any law official that say we not the people or any artificial that conjured up an image that is contrary to the scriptures. On their feet like polished brass, lightning bolts coming from his visage. You can approach the throne, but not until I extend the golden scepter. That's right, stay in line. Watch me handle mine.
On God's day. That's the Holy Bible. We're not supposed to be doing that. We're not supposed to be buying and selling. Give me that. Nehemiah 10. Nehemiah 10:31. So we're supposed to observe the Sabbath and keep the Sabbath. Not the Sunday service. But we're supposed to keep the Sabbath and observe it. So let's get some of the rules of the Sabbath. Give me that.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
So you see what God says? These are the laws of God that we disobeyed and put us in the lower state that we're in. So where now we barely making it in today's society. Guess what? When we say we solo, when we love to be by ourselves, guess what happened to the animal that strays away from the pack? He gets devoured.
Right.
And the black community and our community, we're full of individuals. That's why it's so easy for us to be devoured. But read it again.
If the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
You see what God says? We're not supposed to buy and sell on His holy day. We're not supposed to do that. But because of this disobedience, Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and read verse 46.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
You see that? We didn't want to serve God for the one of all things. We wanted to celebrate Christmas. We want to celebrate 4th of July. We want to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Ain't none of us never been Irish in our whole life, but yet we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We have been destroyed as a race of people. You have our women, you have the black woman, put blonde hair in her head. But yet she's dark as night. Put blonde hair in her head. We'll shave off her hair and put a wig on it. How destroyed are we as a race of people? Read on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Because of that, because we didn't want to serve God, because believe it or not, God gave the black man, Hispanic, and Native American, He gave us the entire planet Earth at once upon a time. But because we didn't want to serve God, what He said what happened?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
God said we now have to serve our enemies. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the Lord sent our enemies against us. The same people that put us on the bottom of society, the one that got you impoverished, guess what? The people that did that, God sent them against us because of our disobedience. Read.
It says, and thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
In hunger. We want food. We got to go to the other nations. We got to go to the so-called white man. We got to go to the so-called Arab man. We got to go to the so-called Chinese man who will do not play with you. They show you how much they hate you.
Right.
And what you do nothing about it. Why? Because of the evil that we do to each other. They know, well, damn, black people don't even care about black people, so why should I care about it? So when we want food, we got to go to these other nations. Read on.
And in thirst.
In thirst, we want water. We want Dasani, Aquafina, Coca-Cola. We want Hennessy, Jack Daniel. Who we got to go to get there? We got to go to our enemies for that. Read on.
And in nakedness.
The clothes we got on our back. We got to go to other nations for these things. Read.
And in want of all things.
And in want of all things. Anything. You want education. You want transportation. You want a house. You want housing. You want a birth certificate or a death certificate. Guess who you got to go to? You got to go to the so-called white man. Why? Because of our disobedience. Hold that. Give me Zechariah 7 and verse 10. That's a problem with a lot of our people. If our people don't wake up In today's time, a lot of our people will be put to death, that's thus says the Lord, if we do not change our ways. It's time for us to wake up out of the dead state that we're in, stop playing with God, come back and keep his commandments. Read what you got.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 7 and verse 10. And oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor.
You see that? That was the men's job. That was the leaders of the community job, to take care of the women and the children. But because of our failure, what happens? EBT happens. Section 8 happens. Grown men can't take care of their own women. The white man got to step in and say, all right, nigga, I'll give you woman food stamps. I'll give you woman Section 8. I'll give her housing because we can't do it because of our disobedience. Read on.
And let none of you imagine evil against his brother in his heart.
You see what God says? God says, black men, black women, we're not supposed to imagine evil in our hearts amongst each other. But that's all we do. Tell me I'm lying. We see our brothers walking down the street, walking in the store, we mean mugging them. We looking them up and down, ready to fight them and don't even know them. But yet, you see that white man, you see that Arab man, you put your head down. Read on.
But they refuse to hearken.
And that's the problem right there. Our people refuse to hearken to the laws of God. I guarantee you, if your God was over here, if Lil Boosie was over here, Moneybag Yoda, Baby, NBA Youngboy was over here, this parking lot would be filled up with Negroes because these brothers speak nothing but evil, and that's what our people flock to. But because you have people out here teaching the Bible, trying to get our communities right, what they do?
But they refuse to hearken.
Our people refuse to hearken to the word of God. Read.
And pull away the shoulder.
They what?
And pull away the shoulder.
They say, get that Bible out here. They pull away their shoulders from trying to hear God. When you try to let them know, bro, you the chosen people of God, you better than what you are. Sister, dress modest, put a dress on marriage. They say, oh, hell no, nigga. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I'm trying to get turned up tonight. Read on.
And stop their ears.
And stop their ears from what? Hearing the word of God. That's what we stopped our ears from hearing. And because of that, once again, we end up on the bottom of society. Is that it? Finish it up.
That they should not hear.
That we should not hear. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. That's us as a community. And that's why it's so easy for us to be taken advantage of.
Right.
That's how other nations can move into our community and prosper the way they do. You don't see black businesses set up in so-called white people neighborhood.
Right.
You will never see an African-American business set up in an Arab neighborhood. You will never see that. Because they care about each other. They know if we allow these black people to come in here and make our money, they ain't gonna put it back into our community. But guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna put it to their own. But that's what they do. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. What that mean?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So guess what? The same people that we have to go to for everything, God told us they're gonna put a yoke of iron upon our neck. Until when?
Until thou be destroyed.
Until you be destroyed. So now, you know more about a dead body and turning black than defiling your temple with cigarettes. That's us being destroyed in the mind. Asking all foolish type of questions. That's us being destroyed in the mind instead of trying to figure out, how can I better myself? How can I better myself and build my people up? Coming up here?
Yeah.
But we're worried about the wrong thing in our society. We got so much knowledge of the Bible, but you don't know that when you're reading the Bible, you're not supposed to have your head covered.
Right.
That's amazing. But that's our people. Deuteronomy 7:6.
I'll praise the Most High. Read that. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
So, sis, right here. Y'all come on, pull on over. Pull on over real quick. Just right here. We just want a moment in time, sis. Pull on over. So I want you to hear this again. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
So God said he has chosen thee to be a special people. What people is he talking about, sis? Come on, get out of the car for a second. It won't take long. We ain't gonna be hold you too long. So you got a flyer in your hand? You got a flyer? Okay. So look up on that flyer, right? It said the truth about slavery. And it speaks about the Israelites. And what we're showing you, when you turn on the back of the flyer, you see a list of names, which is the tribes of Israel and what the nation calls us today.
Right.
All right, you see that? So, now I'm about to read this again. Now I'm going to show you how God feels about his chosen people, the Israelites. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 70, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Now you see that? God said he has chosen thee to be a special people. The people that he's talking about is the Israelites,
Right.
not the whole world. So our people are growing up, are learning from these Christian pastors when they go to the church, and they learn what? John 3:16. They learn the wrong way. But we are here to show you the right way. So hold that, go to Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 6. Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 6. Oh, sisters, come on over. We are here for our people, to show our people the custom that we're supposed to be doing today. We show them their nationality, the things they're supposed to be learning. Read.
The book of Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 6.
Come on.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
So you see here, it says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Come on.
While he may be found. Call upon him while he is near.
So God is near to you, and we're trying to show you. Hey, also turn this around for me real quick. Turn this around. Yes, sir. Sis, let me ask you, who is this right here? Who is this right here? Can you see? Who is this? Yell it out for me. I can't hear you from here.
Right there.
So the world today think this is Jesus Christ. Now, according to the Bible, I'm going to ask you, sis. I'm going to ask you, what's your name? Come on up, sis. Come on up. What's your name? What's your name? BB? Okay, sis BB. Well, who is this right here? That's who?
She said that's Jesus.
That's Jesus right now. You put it down. I want you So, you said this is Jesus. Now, do y'all agree, sis? Do y'all agree this is Jesus? This white image right here, is this Jesus Christ? Do you agree? Okay, now we gonna see. Now what we do, we read the Bible. You put it down. Now give me Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3 real quick.
Now, come on up here.
Revelation chapter 1. Come on up, sis. We out here for you. Now, you also say this is Jesus Christ, right? This is Jesus Christ. Now let me ask you, who is this over here? You don't know him, right? Okay. Read that.
The book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
Now it said, blessed are they that read and hear. Meaning listen to understand the word of the prophecy. Come on.
And keep those things which are written therein.
So now you need to keep the things that are written therein. Now jump up to verse 1. Then we're going to jump down to verse 14.
Revelation 1 and 1.
Come on.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Now let me ask both of y'all. BB, Sister BB, and Anaya. Okay, Sister Anaya. What does the word revelation mean? Well, what is the root word of revelation? Revealed. So when you reveal something, right, it's been shown unto you, right? So Christ right now, this is the revelation of Jesus Christ. Come on.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Now, Sister BB, now I want y'all to, you got to show him things which must surely come to pass. Now, verse 14.
Verse 14.
Come on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now, I want you to examine this picture right here. Now, do this man has white woolly hair? Which one does? This one right here so far, right? So wool is what? A nappy, kinky texture of hair, right? Just like the hair on your head and the hair on your head, right? Okay, come on.
And his, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now, I want you to look, you got your flyer in your hand. Open your flyer up, sis. Because same thing we going on is also in the flyer. So when you go home, you can read it as well and learn what we're talking about. So it said what? His eyes was what?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now, sis, now the top of your feet, it's the same color as your legs, your arm, and your face, right? Correct? Same for you, right? Because you take your socks off, they ain't gonna be white, are they? Are they gonna be green? It's gonna be the same color as your flesh, right? So, read again. His feet like
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now, it said his feet like unto fine brass. Now, what color is brass? Goldish, right? Brown. Brown. Brass is brown. So, read.
As if they burn in a furnace.
So, dude, this man has, right over here, have brown skin, as if they was burning in the furnace. Which one does? This one right here. So, what's going on? Why is Christ described as this image in the Bible, but not this one?
Right.
So, showing you, this is a lie right here. We've been taught lies. You see that?
Right.
So, watch this. Go give me Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. We're going to get more into it. Now I want you to look at this. Look at this right here. Come on. I want y'all to step up. Look at this image right here. You see this? Now when we were just going over, we always had images in our Bible. Image that depicts the very image of us. Now you see this image right here, right? What color is this image? It's black, right? Now what color is this image? But it's the same image. Now how? Now you see this is very in Christ before, but afterwards it's this color, showing you this is whitewashing. So the image of our people were whitewashed, and we was given this image instead of this image.
Right.
But read that.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Come on.
Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Now it's telling you, he said beware. Now if somebody said beware, what does that mean? Now if you see a lady say a sign said beware of God, what does that mean? Watch. You gotta be watchful, right? It said because what? Somebody's going to deceive you or what? Trick you. Come on.
After the tradition of men.
Now this right here, this is a tradition of men. Another what's some tradition that come from this man? Do you know? Traditions. Because let me ask you, do you go to church? What are some holidays that you learn? Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, Father's Day, Mother's Day. You learn those things. But can you find us celebrating Christmas in the Bible? What about us celebrating Easter? So showing you these are customs that was lied to us. Because again, this image was not given to us, but this one right here.
Right.
All right, read.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiment of the world, and not after Christ.
Now, it's not after Christ. Because look, sis, we just learned what color is Christ. Sister BB, what color is Christ? He's black, right? So, if Christ is black, what color is his mother? What color is his father? So, why are we giving this? So, let's watch this, sis. Give me Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 14. Oh, no. Before we get that, hold up. No. We're going to go back to that. But come on here. I want you to step over here real quick. Where's sister go? Oh, she went back. Okay. Come on here. I want you to look at the sign real quick. Look at the sign. So, your father, what's your father? What's your father? What is his race? Is what I'm asking. African American, right? So you be from this tribe right here. What's this tribe right here? It's Judah. So your father's from there. This is where you from, because you are what your father is. All right. So you are of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
Meaning, guess what? I'm gonna show you something. What we just showed you. Give me Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14, real quick. So right now, we are being called out of our God-given name, which is Judah. You know, I'm Judah. This brother over here, he's Judah. This brother over here, he's of the tribe of Gad. Right here, he's a Native Indian. That's where his forefather is, American Indian, right? So why say read it?
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
So exactly, what tribe Christ come from? Judah, right? So you from the same tribe, meaning showing you that God bloodline still running through your veins, sis.
Right.
So we showing you that. Go back to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. That's why we are great people. That's why we was blessed as a people. Now we're being cursed today. Why? Because God has punished us. Why? Because we have sinned against him. And we're going to go more into that. Read that real quick.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Come on.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So the holy people are the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Right.
Come on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
So he has chosen the Israelites to be a special people unto himself. Read.
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Now, sis, when you are above a people, what does that mean? You see a God, right? You're a God. You're a princess. You're a queen. All right. Now watch this. Give me Genesis chapter. You know what I want? Genesis 28.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna show you what the name Israel means. Huh? 32:28. Yeah, appreciate it. 32:28. So I'm gonna show you what the Israelites mean according to the Bible. All right. Read.
The book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 28.
Come on.
And he said, "Thy name shall be called no more Jacob."
So let me ask you. Do you know who Jacob is? Jacob is the 12. It's the father of the 12 tribes. Now God right now is about to change his name from Jacob to Israel. Read on.
Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince,
And hold on. As a what?
as a prince, hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed.
So you see that, sis? So God has set us up to be a prince, to be kings upon this earth. So there are some customs that we have to be keeping. For instance, do you know a dress code? You know that God has dress codes, right? So what's the dress code for the women? Because this is something that we are strayed away from. We are away from the Bible. But it's some things that we're supposed to be learning as a people. Now I'm going to give you something right quick, a commandment. And this is something that our women are not doing today. Give me that in Deuteronomy real quick.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
I'll pray. So that's your mom? That's your mom, right? Mom, can you hear me? Can you hear this? Okay, read that again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So the woman should not wear that which pertains to a man, which belongs to a man. What does women wear that belongs to men today? No. Pants. There you go. Pants. Because watch this. Read on.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Now, what is a woman's garment? Dress and skirts, right? So how do you feel today if a man come by and wearing a dress?
Right.
How would you feel? What would you think? Something wrong with him, right? So that's not right? Because if we was out here in dresses, right? How would you react? Would you act with your mom? You think your mom would have stopped at a bunch of men wearing dresses? Now she would have kept going. Why? Because that's strange. So guess what? God feels the same way when women start to wear pants.
Right.
So women are dressing out of order. So men are supposed to be wearing the pants, and the women are supposed to be wearing the dresses and the skirts. So this is what God, let me show you exactly how God really feels about that when you dress out of order. Read.
For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So God said all that do so is an abomination. You know what abomination is? It's filthy, disgusting. Right? Let me show you how God, give me that in Sirach real quick. Chapter, we said 15 and 13. Let me show you how God really feels about abomination, because guess what, sis? We don't only have dress codes, we also have things we're supposed to eat, dietary laws. Custom, like custom is then celebration. You know, holidays, high holy days. You know what today is, sis? What's today? Huh? No, what day? What day of the week? Now, what does God call it according to the Bible? See, that's something we're supposed to be learning. He said, blessed is he that readeth, right? All the things that we're talking about is in the Bible. But let me read this real quick.
The book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 13. The Lord hateth all abominations.
So God, how does God feel about abominations, sis? He hates it. He didn't say he don't like it, he hates it. He does it. It's a disgusting thing to him. So when our sisters are dressed out of order, God said he hates that thing. When the men are dressed out of order, men are wearing dresses, makeup, and their hair did like women, God hates that thing. He despises it.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.